Support for this telecast has been provided by Fond du Lac Bank, a division of Morton Community Bank, one of your hometown community banks.
Hello, I'm Matt Robinson. Welcome to the 31st Annual East Peoria Festival of Lights Parade. I am joined tonight for our parade by the lovely and talented Roxy Baker.
Thanks, Matt. Please stay with us for the next 30 minutes as we bring you this year's parade, and we'll fill you in on all the activities that you can expect from this year's Festival of Lights. Matt, it is hard to believe that this parade has been going on for 31 years.
It is hard to believe, and there have been many changes that we've seen through the years, from the daytime floats at nighttime to the pencil steel that we have and the thousands of lights. Come a long way.
And it couldn't be done without all the dedicated volunteers, many of them that have been here since the very beginning.
Very true, and many times these volunteers work almost year-round. A lot of hours put into this parade from those volunteers.
And those volunteers don't just help construct the floats. They also pilot the floats down the parade route, and some walk with them. They're parade walkers to keep things on task.
Very true. Many hands, and I think we're getting ready to actually start the parade. Well, it is a chilly evening here, Roxy. It is cold. You saw some of the snow there sitting behind us tonight. Actually, ironically, for the first time in the 31-year history of this parade, measurable snowfall on the day of the parade. It is cold.
It is very cold, but we're staying warm and excited to mention that anything that anyone wants to know about the Festival of Lights can be found on www.felipe.org, on the East Peoria Festival of Lights Facebook page, and the East Peoria Chamber of Commerce's Felipe Guide. Leading off tonight's parade are two of our city's law enforcement squad cars, driven by East Peoria Police Department officers Scott Craig and Ryan Crawford, and Chief Mike Johnson of the Fond du Lac Park District Police. Our law enforcement officers are out on the parade route tonight with everyone's safety in mind.
And this is the East Peoria Fire Department's ladder truck made of actual steel, not the pencil steel the Parade of Lights floats. We should have like a clicker how many times we say pencil steel tonight. The city's ladder truck, driven by paramedic firefighter Justin Hale. The truck weighs 56,000 plus pounds and features a ladder that actually extends 75 feet high.
And this is probably one of the floats that has the least amount of lights on it for this
And
evening.
I don't know for sure, but I don't think the lights go on an emergency. But it's very festive for tonight.
It is.
Nice way to start the parade.
Our nation's flag is proudly displayed by the color guard from East Peoria VFW Post 2078. Please remember all of the brave men and women who are currently serving or have served our country in the military, at home, and abroad.
You see our gentleman who served our country, trying to stay warm atop that float.
It's a simple float, but it has significant meaning.
And here is indeed our lively toy soldier, Felipe, making his annual march along the parade route. This is Josh Spokley, a senior at East Peoria Community High School.
There is great symbolism in the American flag, with the 13 stripes representing the 13 original states. The field of blue represents the freedom to expand and explore the world. The red signifies hardiness and valor, while the white signifies purity and innocence. In addition to representing the states, the stars represent the hope that our nation shows to the world.
It's a patriotic start to the parade.
It is. And the Festival of Lights American flag float is illuminated with 2,000 lights.
This is one of the many floats where those LED lights make such a difference in how brightly they are. Another salute to those serving or who have served in the U.S. military and armed forces. The Festival of Lights proudly displays the lighted emblems of each branch of the United States military. This goes all the way around both sides of the float. You'll see it with our shots here coming into our view. The Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard.
Don't want to leave anyone out.
Tremendous detail on those logos.
Here comes a streetcar trolley transporting members of the East Peoria City Council along the parade route. The Festival of Lights trolley with 14,000 lights measures more than 25 feet long, 8 feet wide, and 10 feet tall. Riding tonight are Mayor Dave Mingus and City Commissioners John Call and Dan Decker and members of their families. Also riding are the Festival of Lights royalty. This year's Festival of Lights queen is 17-year-old Ashlyn Call, the daughter of Carrie Call and John and Allison Call. Her attendants are first runner-up Tessa Ray Colburn, 17-year-old daughter of Rick and Kate Teakin, and second runner-up Lauren Trancatella, the daughter of Brian and Jenny Trancatella.
And coming along the parade route now, the tallest, longest float in the parade. A big crowd favorite. There you can see where the kind of some of that moisture still left from earlier today, those beautiful reflections coming off the street. This long float steam train is 160 feet long. We'll throw you a lot of numbers tonight, but they aren't going to be longer than that. 160 feet long. It's 15 feet tall with more than 65,000 lights. Again, the attention to detail, the motion on the bottom of the wheels there. It has 5 different sections. The first one coming into view now, the steam engine. It is followed closely by that coal car carrying a load of coal. It's got a huge Christmas tree on a flat car.
The Christmas tree looks so real, as does the coal in the coal car.
It does. And there is that tree coming into view that we were talking about, again with the wheels and the motion. The passenger car is next. You will occasionally see some steam coming off the bottom of this float too.
If you get close enough, it might be warm.
It might be warmer. And then, of course, followed by the caboose.
These are just engineering feats. Just beautifully done.
Perfect attention to details.
It's even wobbling a little like the caboose does on the tracks. Tonight marks the 28th appearance of the EP Noel Riverboat Float in the parade. In the early years of the parade, floats were built of wood and paper mache and illuminated with spotlights and holiday lights. The EP Noel debuted in the third parade as the first float constructed from pencil steel.
There we go.
And taking its shape from lights. The EP Noel is 56 feet long, 14 feet wide, 14 feet tall, and it is illuminated with 14,000 lights, and it really does look like it's floating on water as it goes down Washington Street.
I like the waves. I didn't even notice that in years past, but that's the rope on the bottom or whatever makes that motion of the waves.
It's beautiful.
Electric guitar. This one is like no other electric guitar, whether you like country, rock, or jazz. It's rocking and rolling down our street tonight with musical notes floating above it there and below it. The Festival of Lights electric guitar is covered with 2,000 lights. It is 15 feet tall. That's a really large guitar. And it is 11 feet tall, so 15 feet long.
It would take more than one person to play that. And how fast do you think this bear can sled down East Peoria's hills? We've got some pretty big hills. But I got to say, he'd probably be a winner in a sledding race, as he is 20 feet long, 13 feet wide, and more than 13 feet tall. He is covered with 17,760 lights, and he's a very happy polar bear. But I think it's because he remembered to bring his scarf. He's staying warm, and as you mentioned earlier to me, Matt, he is used to these climates.
He is. He likes this stuff. He blue nose and all.
Well, I think the nose, because he needs to wear a scarf a little
That's right.
higher. He is awfully cute, though. Just cruising down Washington Street. Not a care in the world.
Perhaps a new species of dinosaur now coming into your view, the Brightosaurus. Actually, this is based on a 35,000 light float that is a Brontosaurus, helping illuminate this multicolored float. It is 44 feet long, 12 feet wide, another big crowd favorite. It's 14 feet tall.
And purple palm trees. Are those palm trees?
They are palmy, I think.
They look, I bet you they'd be very high in antioxidants. It's probably why the dinosaur's so healthy. I'd like to go where he's from, where it's nice and tropical.
It's warmer there. It makes you think warm. Purple trees, how can that not be warm?
They're pretty purple trees. He's wagging his tail. He must be happy. The Festival of Lights is quite an impressive collection of vehicles, including this Duesenberg. This is a replica of a luxury automobile made in Auburn, Indiana from 1913 until 1937. It's really neat to see those wheels go round and round. Our Duesenberg is 31 feet long and 8 feet 10 inches tall, and it's illuminated with 13,000 lights. The attention to detail on this is just magnificent, with the hood ornaments, the radiator, and you'll notice as it's driving away from us, the doors and the windshield, as well as the fenders. And then as it pulls away, you'll see its license plate. It's even lit up.
Indeed it is.
And that is a 1934 Duesenberg, apparently.
That's one of my favorites coming into view here, a monster truck. They'd be all right going off-road in something like this. Another big favorite among the crowd, rough and tumble, and everyone is appealed to here. The dimensions of the toy truck were just scaled up to make this float, which is 18 feet long, it's 11 feet wide, 11 feet tall, and is covered with 10,000 sparkling, moving, fantastically brightly lit lights.
I love how they even, you can tell the axles. They're ready to go mudding.
Yeah, again, that motion makes it look like it's coming right down the road. Perfectly to scale.
Here comes Terry the Tractor, the hero in the series of stories for kids aged 3 through 10. Terry and his friends encounter real-life jobs and problems and solve them through hard work and new skills. Terry is tearing up Washington Street as he goes back and forth zigzag. He is driven by Terry the Tractor author Mike Rucker and is illuminated by 5,000 lights. That's one happy tractor.
He is happy. He has a lot of motion in him.
He does, and we could use him tonight to push away some of the snow.
He could.
You don't think that much this early in November.
And another awesome dinosaur, Triceratops, is making her annual Parade of Lights appearance. This actual dinosaur roamed and ruled the Earth over 200 million years ago. The Festival of Lights Triceratops has 25,000 dazzling lights. It is 14 feet tall, 48 feet long. That is a large dinosaur.
She's a very pretty dinosaur, though.
She is. With the bright light eyeballs.
Yes. Pretty eyes. Blasting its way into the East Peoria atmosphere by warp drive is our own starship, the USS Enterprise. This starship measures 14 feet tall, 57 feet long, and nearly 22 feet wide, and utilizes 48,000 lights. The Enterprise is one of the most complex floats ever constructed from an engineering standpoint. This is definitely a crowd favorite, and the amount of motion that's coming out of those rocket boosters is just amazing to me.
We see it every year, so we take for granted the complexity of that, but to make something that size look like it's levitating on all levels
Right.
is most impressive.
And the amount of movement they can get is amazing.
Another sure sign of the holidays, our toy train. Sometimes they'll circle underneath a Christmas tree or in the middle of a shopping mall. This one, for our Festival of Lights parade, does not seem very small at all. It is 65 feet long. This one's got 4 cars. It's got the locomotive obviously right up front, coal car again behind it. It's got a freight car and a caboose.
And it just seems to be speeding down Washington Street. And I think it's the angle.
The angle that makes it look like it's moving quickly.
Very, very fast.
And it does kind of zip right along.
Yes, it does. And there's that caboose. Matt, I think this would be a great time to thank our sponsors of tonight's broadcast.
It would be a great time. Special thank you to the Fond du Lac Bank, a division of Morton Community Bank, one of your hometown banks, for making this telecast possible. We greatly appreciate their support of the Parade of Lights.
And it's quite a sight as the floats that have gone by so far going down Washington Street. It's just a really pretty sight.
It's a neat view.
And another Festival of Lights crowd pleaser. The bunny delights everyone. He's tapping his toe and playing the drum. He may even stop and spin around. He keeps going and going all along this parade route. There he goes spinning. From the bottom of his toes to the top of his ears, he stands over 14 feet tall and is illuminated with 7,000 lights. There he goes spinning again.
So where your spotters are very handy. As much movement as all those volunteers, not just driving them, but walking that parade route.
Yeah, the spotters are probably the most unsung heroes of this entire parade. We're all enamored with the lights, but how do those lights make it up and down the street without crashing? He's a very cool bunny with his cool glasses.
He's a cool looking bunny. Got some of the motion there, and even in the drum sets, the drum sticks. The TIE Fighter is on patrol, making sure everything is going to go smoothly for us tonight. The spacecraft has a speed to outrun any enemy warship. Tremendous color on that. That is just fantastic. This is 14 feet long, 12 feet wide, almost 12 and a half feet tall. The TIE Fighter has 6,500 bulbs, and I love the detail from the inside to the wings. Well done.
And you can see some of the spotters and the parade walkers there. Very pretty.
Yeah,
photo.
continue that detail even on the back.
All right, it's the same bat time, same bat channel. Here comes the classic Batmobile, just like the one in the live-action TV series, which aired in the late 1960s. The Parade of Lights Batmobile has a 28-foot-long frame, a 12-foot wingspan, and is lit with 12,000 lights. I love the Batmobile, and I wanted a Batmobile when I was a little girl.
It's just like little BAMs and POWs that come out from
We do need those.
little. I don't
But
know
I
how
do
you
like
the
how
quote,
they
so.
have the exhaust with the fire.
And another spaceship favorite, the Rebel Alliance Jedi Warrior X-Wing Starfighter.
Easy
That's
for
the
you to
longest
say.
title of the night. Actually, I don't know if it is or not, but it's flying along the parade route here. This spectacular float stands 12 feet tall. It's 45 feet long. Has 18,000 lights. Pushing the Starfighter into the galaxy are 4 rocket boosters to help propel it down the road tonight. I love that lime green. It might be a new color this year, but I'm not sure, but that's fantastic.
And it looks fantastic with the blue, and then the motion in those rocket boosters is
And
just
even from
so
behind,
cool.
we'll see some of those things too.
And with the re-release of Star Wars movies, I'm sure these are more popular than ever, although I think they've always been crowd favorites.
Yeah, I've heard there's a new movie or something coming up. So Christmas or something? I don't know.
I don't know.
Something's Awakening or something like that, right?
You know, it's very confusing. They keep putting them out of order.
And there's that detail on the back end.
The Festival of Lights Hook and Ladder fire truck float is scaled to the exact measurements of a real tiller fire truck. A tiller truck, you ask? It's a type of truck that has a person who sits in the back to help it steer. This truck stands more than 11 feet tall, 65 feet long, and has 27,500 LED lights. And you'll notice, Matt, as it swings back and forth, I hope there's somebody back there steering it. Ah, there is.
There it is.
Again, fantastic attention to detail.
It's another one that gets the crowd excited as it kind of almost looks like it's skating across.
Right.
Chinese dragon weaving back and forth along the parade route. Tonight, this changes colors too. This is a huge crowd pleaser. This dragon might look a little bit scary. He's got the little bit of horn there, kind of a forked tongue, sharp teeth, maybe fire-breathing dragon, but this dragon is just showing off. You might show off too if you were 95 feet long, which is probably true. Adorned with 21,000 lights coming right at us there. And you can see it kind of changing those colors.
My favorite part, the purple forked tongue.
That is festive. It's enjoyable to watch the different color changes and even different colored eyes there.
It's almost a chameleon dragon, if there is such a thing.
That's a lot of float to keep all organized and together.
And I like the final touch on the very end of his tail with the paper lanterns.
Nice.
It could be quite a chilly ride tonight on the Chopper motorcycle. The Festival of Lights motorcycle features a multitude of red, clear, amber, green, and blue lights, and it even has a revving engine. The motorcycle is lit with 15,000 lights. It's 19 feet long, 6 feet wide, and 10 feet tall. And I'm going to guess that if you wanted to ride this, you'd have to have really long legs.
And a special license.
That is a specialty license for sure.
Another very popular float inspired by the famous Anheuser-Busch Clydesdales. This is an imposing, impressive float. There are 8 horses that total this float. They're each 8 feet tall, 3.5 feet wide, and 11 feet long. Each horse is lit up by 400 lights.
Wow.
The horses are pulling a replica of a Studebaker wagon, making the float in total 70 feet long, 12 feet wide, and 8.5 feet tall, and altogether 50,000 lights.
Not our longest float, but definitely one of the most impressive to replicate nature so well with these horses. It's just beautiful.
And again, that motion of the wheels just continues to advance and look more realistic all the time.
Oh boy, here they are. It's just who we've been waiting for all evening. Santa comes to East Peoria direct from the North Pole to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. And he's in a reindeer-pulled sleigh illuminated with 8,000 lights. And there's Rudolph with his little red nose leading the way.
Indeed. With the little Christmas tree there. Santa's leaving a roof.
Santa's waving. Looks like he's staying warm. He's got his gloves, his hat, his warm coat.
He's well built for the evening as far as his attire. A chilly evening.
So, Santa's here. Have you been a good boy this year, Matt?
I think that's the jury's still out on that. We're waiting for. We have a few more days, right? It's not quite.
No, you've got a few more days until Christmas to be on your best behavior. And there they go.
Off into the night. Well, we hope that you have enjoyed all your favorite floats in the 31st Festival of Lights Parade. On behalf of the Festival of Lights Commission, the City of East Peoria, and its citizens, thank you for making this part of your holiday celebration this evening.
As we see the floats exiting our cameras here tonight, Matt, it is so hard to believe that there have been 31 years of these parades coming down the streets of East Peoria, from the papier-mâché days and families on floats. It's remarkable, the changes and what has happened to the Festival of Lights parade over the years.
It is remarkable. People come from far and wide to enjoy the different displays, the parade certainly. They can't believe that this is all volunteer, and that we've mentioned that earlier, but every single light is put on by hand And it is remarkable in 31 years how we've progressed and grown this annual Festival of Lights parade.
So while the parade is over, we still have many activities throughout East Peoria for people to enjoy.
Yes, we have events the entire month of December. The narrated nativity scene at Springfield Road and Taylor Street.
The Doring Home Place Historic Holiday Traditions Open Houses, Sunday, December 6th, from 1 to 3 p.m., and again from 6 to 8 p.m. Admission is free.
Eastlight Theater's Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, which runs through December 13th.
The Get Lit New Year's Eve Fun Run.
That's at 11:50 p.m. December 31st, New Year's Eve in Felipe's Winter Wonderland.
Felipe's Enchanted Forest, which is located in the Levy District, which is East Peoria's newest retail downtown area.
Another holiday tradition for Central Illinois families, Felipe's Winter Wonderland drive-through display, which opened on Thanksgiving night.
It is open through December 31st and is also open Christmas Eve and Christmas night. The cost is just $10 per carload to get in. A little bit more if you have a full-size charter bus. So pile the kids in safely, of course, and take them through our wonderful drive-through electric park.
We want to thank you for joining us for tonight's telecast. It's been a chilly but wonderful festive evening, Roxy.
It has been a fabulous evening, Matt, and we want to let everyone know that this telecast will be available on felipe.org and on the East Peoria Festival of Lights Facebook page.
And we're going to leave you now with scenes of the Festival of Lights. Have a great evening and Merry Christmas.
Thanks for joining us, and have a very happy and safe holiday season.
Support for this telecast has been provided by Fond du Lac Bank, a division of Morton Community Bank, one of your hometown community banks.